What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? DoctorDDub here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play RollerCoaster Tycoon. This is our last episode here in the Aviary, and I'm hoping it's a good one. I'm going to build this real quick, an observation tower, just because we have it, and I like observation towers in parks. I think it fills out a park very nicely. Let me actually build my queue here first. Just to avoid having to... What? Oh. Oops. That works fine. Just to avoid that connecting up right there, like it would have had I not done that. Let's go ahead and get a mechanic here. Mechanic 10. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and open this. And I really don't care what it's priced at. $1? That's fine. Let's actually name this Bird's Eye View. Yeah, bird's eye view. I like it. And we'll wait for a full load, all that jazz. The paint job, I think it looks fine. Yeah, I think that looks fine. I'm not going to change that. I actually kind of like that. It's blue and yellow, and then blue and yellow. Very nice. Kind of goes with this blue and yellow, even though this is a slightly different blue. Not even quite a blue. But in this episode, our very last episode, not altogether, but our last episode on this park, I mentioned last time I wanted to do a couple of smaller things, which I'm taking care of now, and then we're going to end with a coaster. A big one. An expensive one, because we do have 60 grand, which again, I think is the most money we have ever had in one of our parks. And honestly, even the probably years I spent playing this game as a kid, I don't even think I had that much money then, like way back in the day. 4, 5, 6, that should be fine. I don't really know where I'm building this. I'm just kind of doing it to do it. It's not going to be anything insane, but I do want to build a go-kart ride. I do like having go-karts. They're fun. Simple as that. We'll make it kind of just take up this hilltop, I think. I don't want to take up too much space because I have a feeling that whatever coaster we decide to build, which I haven't decided on yet, which one I want to build at least, whatever coaster we end up doing is going to take up quite a bit of space. So I'm trying to plan for that accordingly. That tree's going to have to go. Yeah, that's fine. So is this one. And then we're just going to wrap it up here. But yeah, I don't know which coaster I want to do. We have a couple options. Let me actually do that. Oh, that does some weird things. Whatever, that's fine. We have a lot of options. I kind of listed them off, I believe, at the end of last episode. And they're all good options. I'm leaning towards either a corkscrew coaster or what is our other one? We could do a wooden coaster, but as busy as our park is getting already, that's just going to add to that. I like doing, like you can see this right here, Flightmare. It's all over the place, but it doesn't have that much of an impact on the look of our park because of how minimalistic the supports are. But on a wooden coaster, you just have a giant lattice structure of just supports all over the place. And so I want to try to avoid that because it's going to look awful. I'm fine with doing 3 laps on this. That's a pretty short loop. And the line is short for a good reason. All I need to hold are 12 people. What? What is that guy doing? He walked up. I didn't change the price. I didn't change anything. That's strange. Whatever. Ooh, we just got cat cars for car ride. That's fun. We're not going to change it, but that's still fun nonetheless. Is anyone riding this thing? No, they're not. In the spirit of us being stinking rich, we're going to make this just as expensive as our restrooms. 10 cents. Okay, go-karts 1. We don't have results yet. Again, don't really care about the price. I'll keep it at its default of 2. And then I think the yellow looks kind of ugly. Let's try to make it that same red, see if that looks better. And it does. And it also matches Flightmare right next to it, so I think that'll work. And then we need a name for Go-Karts 1. Ooh. Crow-karts. It sounds like go-karts, but it's not. Both of these names so far, both Crow-karts and Bird's Eye View, I have literally just kind of done them on the fly, so... Okay, we are sitting in August, so we have August, September, October, so we have 3 months to build a coaster, because that's what I want to do now, is build us a coaster. The only really intense ones I would consider doing are a vertical coaster, a steel coaster. All we can do are loops on this, though, and then a corkscrew. I think we're going to go with a corkscrew. We don't build those often enough. So let's do a custom corkscrew coaster, and I haven't really given this too much thought as to where I want it to go. We do have this large open space here, and I would like to utilize that for something, and I have kind of an idea in mind for sort of a look I'm going for at least part of this. What if I do it... Hold on, I'm trying to think. If I do it up top here, I would be able to clear all of this. Yeah, we're going to do the station up top here. It might look kind of strange to start, but by the time we get done with this, because we're going to spend almost the rest of this episode building this thing, we need to make sure that we're able to clear that line. So we'll have to start here, I believe, maybe one sooner, and we'll just increase the length of the station on the backside. So we'll do that, and I want 12 pieces of station, which is that right there. Perfect. And then one thing I wanted to do on this is to... I don't know how to say it, or the right way to say it. Interlace some corkscrews, if that makes any sense. I don't want to go too high to start with, because we're probably going to have a couple chain lifts. But I want... Actually, why don't I start it over here? We can end back in that direction. We've got a lot of park here to use. So we'll actually go straight for a bit. I don't know why. I think that'll add to the suspense of the drop, just so everyone's all the way up before they start dropping. And then we're going to go ahead and start right out the gate with a corkscrew. Actually, if we turn this... No, if we turn it, it's... Sorry, I was considering doing that and turning it this direction. But then we're going to start getting into the woods, quite literally. But with all of our rides and stuff, I think it's going to get a little bit too busy. So I'll try to keep this to the outer edge here. And then we'll work our way back, kind of utilize some of this space back behind Hummingbird Express, and see if we can make use of some of this as well. We have not a lot of room to work with, but enough to where I'm not too worried about it. So if we start from 24 and go to 14, that's a change of 10. Should be plenty for a corkscrew, which I want to do. And this might run right into that. Yeah, it's going to. Okay, so we'll do a corkscrew to the right instead. And what I meant by interlacing corkscrews, we're about to find out. I want to kind of go back through and do another corkscrew that kind of loops in the same direction. I don't know. It'll make sense once I do it. Okay, so we started at 24. We should have the speed to do all of this. No problem. And so I do need to do a little bit of this. So we're going to do a tight one here. I hope I can clear all of this. I think I can. And then if I do 2 of these, now I need to go... I'm trying to get this to line up 1 tile to the side of the track I just placed. And I think this will allow for that. And if I wanted to line this up parallel with each other, but if I can actually do this, I think that could look kind of cool, where they're offset slightly. Yeah, I think that's cool looking. All right, and then if I can get away with this, I think it'll look really cool. If I can do a corkscrew to the right and then back to the left, Oh, that's cool. So it goes this direction on this one, and then the opposite direction on this. So that's what I was talking about when I mentioned interlacing corkscrews. We're actually going to lower all this just to make it look nice still. Because even though this is our last episode, I want it to look nice. And so I don't want to go up too much higher. I am worried about it making it over both of these crests. It should. We might have to tweak it a little bit and add some chains there. But I think it'll be okay. Let's actually do a helix. Helix down. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3 small. And that's going to run us right into the land there. We'll do 2 small. And then if I can get... No, the ride's going to be in the way. Huh. Okay, we'll just stick to the 1. And then we'll drop it slightly just to clear this, because I think if we went straight, we would have run into it. But let's actually go back up and do another chain lift here. I think it is about time we add another one. I'm just trying to keep an eye on how much time we've got left. Okay, so we've used up August, and now we have September. Let's do this again at 24. This is kind of cool so far. We have kind of an X here. They're doing the same thing, but in opposite directions. We also have the same thing in opposite directions right here, which I think is kind of cool. Oh, and I've got a sneeze coming on. Please don't. Okay. I feel like that happens often in my recordings, and anytime I say that it's coming on and I really don't want to sneeze, I don't end up sneezing, which is nice. Again, let's actually go straight for, what did we do? 1, 2, 3, and then we started dropping? Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, and we'll start dropping. Partly for symmetry's sake, and partly because that gives us ample room to put an entrance. And for these entrances and exits, I think I want to take them underground and then have them come out right here. I don't want to try to modify all this land to get it to clear this miniature railroad, because it won't. I would need to take this all down by 1 tile, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. But we should be able to... Let's actually go down a few first. Ooh, and then this is going to be right in our way. If we let it, which we won't. See if I can do that. So I can get over at 15. And then we should be able to get... Ooh, let's actually turn it there. That could be nice. No, I need to turn it here. And I love these steep turn pieces like these. It allows you to change direction at a very high speed. That's not going to work. It allows you to change direction at a very high speed without really sacrificing... or not sacrificing. It allows you to make a turn at a very high speed without adding a whole bunch of lateral G's to the ride, which is never a great thing. Or very rarely is it a great thing. Okay, what height is this at? This looks like it's all at 15. So let me take it down to 15 here. And then I want to do something else that I think could be very cool. We're going to do the same thing again with the interlacing corkscrews, except this time we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to swing this as wide as I can without hitting coaster. Ew. That looks bad. Does it still look bad from every angle? Not this angle. As long as there's one angle where it doesn't look horrible, that's fine. Just because I want this to work, and gosh darn it, I'm going to make it work. Okay, so we started at 24, and we're down to 15. So this is going to have a good amount of speed to it. I actually should... I want to back this off and add a brake right here, but I don't know what to set it to, so it's going to be a bunch of trial and error to get it to work anyway. So we're not going to do that, actually. We're going to actually delete some of these flowers that we just added. It's a shame, but it's happening. Okay. Oh, dang it. That's not at all what I wanted to do. This is what I'm wanting to do, and that's not going to work either. Okay, so here we're actually going to go up just a little bit. Let's try 18. I have a plan in mind, and you will see it very shortly. But until I get there, it's going to be slightly confusing. So, okay, so that needs to line up. I'm trying to get this to line up one inside this one. So this actually needs to probably drop down one. Perfect. I think that lines up right where I want it. And then back down 2 to 15. And then this needs to be carried out, because if I do a corkscrew left right here, it's not going to work. But if I go one more, I might need to go 2 more. One more, I can go back on the inside of this one. And then I should be able to get away with 2, kind of the middle-sized turn here. And if you can see what we're doing, it looks kind of cool. Okay, this is going to do that. And then we need another... Ooh, no, we don't. Okay, so this is going to have to back off a little bit, because I do want to do... Okay, so we need to do the middle-sized turn here, and then possibly 2 wide ones. Can I drop it 1 and then finish turning it? No, okay, so I just need to go straight 1 and then turn it. We're going to do 3 of these. Any more than that, I think we're going to run out of space. And this also could be insanely intense, just with the sheer number of corkscrews we're doing. But I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be really cool. And let's actually do a helix up here. If this can fit, oh, it can. That's perfect. Okay, that's 18. Oh, and how cool would it be? What if I was able to go straight through this? Oh, that is now my goal. Okay. So that puts us at 19. Let's actually keep it at 18. And if I can get off of this, perfect. So that's at 18, and that's at 15. Dang it, I can't clear that. Or actually, I might be able to if I start dropping it here. No, that's much closer than I thought it was. Never mind. And I can't make a turn this way. No. Okay, so this... That's going to have to change. Okay, so maybe if I back off that helix, since I'm doing a helix down, or a helix up, actually, this is going to be in our way, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm getting ambitious, and that might not be the best thing. So if we bring it in 1, and we take it up another... We should be able to clear... Hold on. I really want this to work. I'm gonna make it work. Okay, so if we just do... this... Oh, we can do chain at an angle. I don't think I ever knew that. If I do chain up at an angle like that to 21, I don't know if that'll be necessary. But... if I drop it slightly there, I'm trying to get back going at this angle, and then we can kind of connect back up to the station. I think that could look kind of cool. So we're going to try doing just that. Okay, so we actually probably need to do a wide one here, and then these... Oh, and that looks like it lines up pretty close to how I want it. Okay, so all these started at 15, so I'm probably going to drop it down to 17. I don't even know if this will work. It doesn't look like it's going to. Is that because I'm too... Oh. Oh. That would have been so cool. Okay, scratch all of this. Not all of it, but at least this portion that I just did there. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll get back out going this direction. That should work. And then, where's our station? Back there at 15? How much time do we have left? Okay. I want to try to end this just so we have enough time to paint it and look at it and make sure everything is up to par. This is probably going to be insanely insane. Our guests count is currently dropping, but I believe we only needed 1,200 guests for this park, so that is not a concern of mine. And let's actually... We're going to need to go back up a little bit, so let's drop it. I don't even know what momentum we're working with anymore. This very well could not work the first time around, so brace yourselves fully for a fail of a first attempt. I am very much expecting that, and that's why I want to get this done early so I can have time to fix it if need be. That looks like it lines up just right. Let me actually do a small turn here, though, so I can hopefully drop it down and not have to sacrifice station. Perfect. Okay. That is something else. That looks really cool. And that actually took up exactly kind of where I wanted it to go. I mentioned I wanted to utilize this space a little, but I think that's okay. It's very forested, not really an issue. At least I don't think it's an issue. And we actually might have troubles getting this entrance all the way down there. But we shall attempt it nonetheless. Okay, let's try getting those footpaths aligned. I don't know if this is going to work how I wanted it to. It's most certainly not. That's okay. This can just go flat and can go this direction. And then it should be able to go down. Or not. Okay, this land's going to have to adjust. So if I back it off, go down, flatten it. Now I should be able to go down. There we go. And I think that connects up. Perfect. And that's a pretty good sized line. And for this one, we're going to have to do... This one's going to go underground. So we'll actually take it down here. Which should allow us to go underground. And we'll take it back out this direction. Let me do height marks on paths just so I line this up properly. Was that 10? Were we just at 10? Now we're at 10. Okay. There we go. Exit done. Perfect. We're going to, out of habit, I'm trying to get in the habit of doing this. You'd think I would have it down by now, but I don't. Hiring a mechanic, and then we'll just take one of these handymen and put him on this path here. Just so I get into the swing of that. You'd think after my 73rd episode, I'd have it down by now, but I don't. We need a name for RollerCoaster 1. What is another really cool bird? I don't know. I love the paint job, though. The blue and white, I really like that. So we're going to keep that. I do not like the cars, though. I think those are hideous. We always seem to do red as a contrast for this. Let's do... How bad would green look? Ooh, that actually kind of looks kind of cool. Nice and vibrant. Yeah, we're going to try that. Let me test this real quick, and we'll come up with a name while it tests. Let's hope this actually works. Let me go ahead and mute this, because that's going to sound awful if I don't. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that was awesome. 1, that the ride actually worked. 2, that it finished without getting stuck. And 3, that we succeeded. We completed our objective, guys. Not that I was worried. Let's actually go look at that real quick. We'll get back to the stats on this. We'll actually keep it testing. That went really slow at the end, but... Oh, I love the popping of balloon sound. Okay, we completed our objective, which was to have 1,200 guests in our park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. We had about 250 more guests than necessary. And our park rating, as always, oh my goodness, 999 for the past almost year. This is the month right before April is March right here. So for the past year, minus whatever this was, I don't really know what happened there. But we had a flawless park rating, so go us. That is awesome. And look at that company value. What is that, 89,905? I think that's the highest we've ever had. And again, probably because we're so stinking rich. But let's go ahead. That's the wrong ride. Let's go ahead and open this. I want to see some people ride this thing. Assuming it's not too insane. And it's not. Look at that. I was worried about putting that many corkscrews on this thing. But, ooh, 750? Whew. Make me some money. Let's just do $5. Not that this matters. We're done with this park, but I want to see people ride this thing. And we need a name for Roller Coaster 1. And so the colors, the blue and the green, it kind of reminded me of a peacock. And the latter half of that word also kind of looks like cork. Peacorkscrew. It might be a stretch. Peacorkscrew. I like it. It's a funny name for a pretty fun ride. And that's a pretty long ride too. I'm actually very surprised that it made it. When it was going up this last helix, as our objective popped up and it kind of obscured this, I was really hoping I didn't start seeing it pop back out backwards. And at this angle right here, I couldn't remember if I did an incline or a decline here. I don't think I did either. I think this is just straight. But from this angle, to me, it looks like it's kind of an incline. And if that was an incline, this would not have worked. So we barely got away with this thing actually working. But we now have one full train, or our very first train, on Peacorkscrew, making its way up the lift. So I kind of want to watch these guys as we kind of reminisce on our park. We'll actually watch them kind of from here as we kind of take a look at our park. I think this park came out very nicely. We made a couple changes sort of after the fact. That's really the first time I've gone back to rides and tweaked them after the fact. Like we changed the ride or the car type on the suspended coaster to have those airplane trains. We also changed the color scheme on Flight of the Bumblebee to make it look more black and yellow, which I think looks way better than it did to begin with. We added some beautification with the flowers. We added an epic, in my opinion, not steel corkscrew. Is it steel corkscrew? Yeah, steel corkscrew. Coaster to our park here in the last episode, and I really think that rounded things out. It filled in our kind of empty spot over here and any empty spots we did have. And I think this park is pretty well fleshed out. I don't think I would add much more if I had the option. Maybe a small something or other. I could maybe put like a crazy rodent here or something if I had it. But other than that, as far as space goes, we're pretty much maxed out on this park, which is perfect because it is time to go take a look at the next park we have in store for us. So let's go ahead and do just that as Peacorkscrew finishes up. Now let's see what kind of line we have for this. Is it full already? It's like halfway there. Okay, so this is going to be, or it would be, a successful ride if I gave it more than, one go-around to let people ride it. So say goodbye to the Aviary. I hope you guys like the theme. I didn't end up doing the little thing I was mentioning about modifying the land. Let me show you what I was planning on doing, just so you guys can see I was planning on doing this around my park at like various heights and angles, and I don't know. It kind of looks strange, but that was also part of the goal. But I don't know. When I zoomed out and looked at it, it really just, your eyes go directly to those, and I didn't really like that. So that's why I ended up not doing that throughout my park. But that's what I was planning on doing, just so you guys can see it. But okay, enough of the aviary. Let's go ahead and check out what we have in store for us next. Which I have no idea what it is. I never do at this point. Okay, Mothball Mountain. In the hilly forests of Mothball Mountain, build a theme park from scratch. Those words are music to my ears. From scratch. Okay, so our objective is to have at least 800 guests in our park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Pretty par for the course. That's pretty easy. We just had to do 1,200 in that same time frame. But we also had a few, I think it was 4 already, fairly successful rides. So in this park, it's not massive. Can we expand? I hope we can. Oh my goodness, can we? That is a lot of expansion to do. Okay, I actually already have a theme in mind for this park. We're not really going to... We already did kind of a hunter forest theme, and that was pretty much based around the fact that there were so many trees. In this park, I have a theme, but you're going to have to come back next episode to see what that is, because I don't want to spoil it. And I love ending on a cliffhanger. Not that I've ever really done that so far. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you're excited for Mothball Mountain. I think that's what this is called, right? Yeah, Mothball Mountain. I don't think I have ever done this park. This park onwards, I think, is brand new for me. I have never seen this park before. So, not that that'll change too much. Our rides and stuff are all the same and all familiar territory, but it will still be new nonetheless, which hopefully is more exciting for me and therefore more exciting for you. But that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you have all enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. And until then, take care.